What would you do if your landlord stole from you, broke into your home, threatened you with police, and got away with it for 3 whole years? I didn't just take it lying down. I gave him hell. Legally. And trust me, it was beautiful. If you've ever felt powerless against someone who abuses their authority, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most satisfying landlord takedowns you've ever heard. For 3 long years, I lived under the control of a man who barely deserved to be called human. He wasn't just a bad landlord. He was a manipulative, greedy parasite who believed rules didn't apply to him. When I first moved in, the place wasn't fancy, but I thought, hey, I can make this work. Big mistake. The first red flag. He stole my dryer. Not misplaced. Not borrowed. Oh. From a shared laundry area, along with other household items that weren't his. I confronted him about it, but he brushed me off like I was the crazy one. Then came the plumbing issue. Pipe burst. Normal wear and tear, nothing I caused. But he handed me the bill like it was my fault. Over $200 I didn't owe. But if I didn't pay, I'd be out. Paid it. It made me short on rent the next month. Just 2 days late. It was the only time I was ever late on rent in 3 years. His response. He tried to raise my rent by $150 a month. As punishment, I was being extorted for following the rules. But it didn't stop there. One day, I caught him trying to break into my home. He claimed he was just checking on something. Called my lawyer. That's when the retaliation started. He sent me a letter about some nonsense parking spot dispute. A completely fabricated reason to threaten more fines. Every time I tried to stand up for myself, he pushed back harder. He was constantly harassing me. And the apartment itself, falling apart. Literally. The porch was dangerously unstable. The plumbing was illegal. The gas heater wasn't up to code. The ceiling, flaking off into my food. It felt like living in a war zone, and no one cared, because he made sure to keep his dirty secrets hidden. But I was done playing nice. After 3 years of enduring this nightmare, he told me he was raising my rent by $500 per month. That was my breaking point. Found a new place. I packed up quietly. And 4 days before I moved out, I made one phone call that changed everything. The building inspector. I told him everything. I didn't hold back. I told him about the porch, replaced without a permit, the illegal plumbing, the unsafe gas heater, every single violation. He came out the very next day. I saw him in the driveway with a clipboard, taking measurements and photos. And each violation, $500 a day in fines until fixed. Suddenly he was the one sweating. But it didn't stop there. A week before I left, he sent me a message saying I had to be out at a specific time. I ignored him because legally that's not how it works. Then he threatened me with police if I didn't comply. So I beat him to it. I went to the police myself, explained the situation, and asked for protection. They were completely on my side. That same day, while I was out moving stuff into storage, he broke into my apartment again. This time, he nailed my door shut. When I got back, I couldn't even get in. I called the police again, this time asking for the supervisor. I was done being quiet. But get this, when the police showed up, he had already fled. I'm positive he knew he'd be arrested. And he was right to be scared. Filed a report. He's now being charged with felony breaking and entering. Let's recap, shall we? He tried to financially drain me, harassed me for years, stole from me, and broke the law. In the end, he's facing daily fines from the city for code violations. He's on the police radar with a felony charge on his record. And I walked away, free, at peace, and vindicated. There's nothing more satisfying than watching someone who thought they were untouchable finally face the consequences. Justice doesn't always come easy. But when it does, tastes like victory, and a little bit of sweet, sweet karma. Let this be a reminder. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Especially when they know the law. If this story gave you chills, or reminded you of a terrible landlord, Smash that like button and drop your worst rental horror story in the comments. And of course, subscribe for more justice-served stories like this one. See you in the next tale of revenge.